Greetings everyone, Tarot from the Divine here. I'm starting a new series. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it. It's going to be something about White House energy or energy around the White House or whatever. But this was just going to be a sample reading and to see, how this was going to work out. And I decided I'm just going to go ahead and post it. I'm going to go through it. So it's the Celtic Tarot. And for the White House, I picked the Emperor card. And I take it out because that's the leader or whoever, and this will represent whoever the sitting president is. It's not specific of anyone. And if you'll notice, on this particular card, I like it. With this particular card, it's the Emperor, but if you'll notice, he's wearing a collar. So there is some control to keep him from biting and scratching and all of that. So I thought that it was rather interesting. The Emperor has absolute authority, exercises self-control, and self-mastery, and I will always put this card in the upright position to manifest that, as opposed to manifesting the reverse, which is ruthless, controlling, and demanding, which can sometimes happen. Alright, so then the first card is the current situation. And the current situation is the Eight of Wands. And efforts are rapidly paying off, and there could be an unexpected romance, which in politics, that could be an unexpected, I've been trying to think of the word, but liaison isn't the right word, but an unexpected alliance. That's the word I was trying to come up with. An unexpected alliance from somewhere. It could be a country, it could be a fellow politician, but something unexpected. Okay? And then crossing for good or for bad is the Two of Swords, and it came out in the reverse. So the Two of Swords in the reverse is feeling stuck. Someone needs to let go of the past, and it's time to make a decision. So there's something that this president can't let go of from the past, but they need to make a decision. So it should be interesting. And this is thoughts, communication, and logic. And it's about partnership and balance. So it could be a decision on an old treaty, a decision on an old relationship. Maybe the relationship needs to be reconfigured. The political relationship. None of this is personal. This is all political, okay? So then we have the basis of the situation. So the situation is, the current situation is that things are, rapidly paying off, and there could be an unexpected romance or alliance. The basis of it is something's happened, and this could apply to several situations, that there's been overindulgence or bad communication, relationship trouble, countries and other politicians that used to be our friends are not our friends now because, there's a possible miscommunication, a misunderstanding, or things have simply gone too far. It's emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. And it's about growth and teamwork. So someone doesn't want to work with us anymore because we took something too far. Now, the the possible outcome, everybody's upset. This is the Five of Swords. Everybody's upset. We've achieved some growth and healing, but others are upset. We need to let go of our bad habits, doubts, and fears. Okay, I have a feeling that this has a direct link to certain operations that are going on. I'm trying not to name too much in order to not get into trouble. But, y'all can, if y'all keep up with it, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's upset about certain things that we are doing. And we need to let go of that. And we need to stop practicing those bad habits and looking at everyone with doubt and fear. Now, the recent past is the world, and it's in the reverse. And it's shortcuts, incompletion, and overlooked details. Now, we know, as this leader has gone through things, there are loose ends everywhere. So that's the incompletion, the overlooked details. It does seem like there have been shortcuts taken in order to enjoy success. It's an earth sign with Saturn influence. So they view it as a success, but it's actually, it's a hot mess. The near future shows the Two of Pentacles, getting what you desire, deciding on material matters, and not to rush into decisions. Well, we know that that part is not necessarily true. Decisions have come very quickly, and that has led to all this uproar and chaos. It's about partnership and balance. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Pentacles is money's, material possessions, career, and health. So this has been done to get what they want. They want a reward. They want, it's based on what they want, not on what's best for the country, is the feeling that is out there now. That may not be their true intention, but that's the feeling that's out there based on the actions that have been made. Or at least in my thoughts it is. I don't know. Everybody has a different take on it. And anyone that knows me knows that I am not political. I'm not. But I'm doing this to kind of see what the energy is around things. So I'm going to be doing this on a daily basis, and see what kind of response we get. The self is how this leader is approaching things, and he came in with instability and conflict, and that's how he's approaching it, with instability and conflict. Competition, to him it's a competition, it feels like sometimes. It's causing chaos, commotion, cooperation or lack of it, and stand up for yourself. He has no problem standing up for himself. But, and it's got the energy of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and it's goals, creativity, and passions. So the goals, he just goes after them like a competition, and it's causing conflict and chaos and commotion. The energy around him is trying to project a happy home life. sharing pleasure and reaping rewards with loved ones. It's about structure and stability, trying to show that the home life is strong and stable, that there's no disconnect there. And then we have the Four of Swords. This is the hopes and fears, and relax, rest, and recharge. Every leader has to take several sessions throughout their term to rest, relax, and recharge. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of things that, we don't see behind the lines or behind the scenes. We don't see it. It's very stressful. So people complain about, them taking so many vacations and all of that. But they need time to recharge in order to think clearly for our country. And so it's my hope that this leader does that, takes the time to recharge and to get their thinking back straight, and, to make good, valid, sound decisions for our country. Its structure and stability carries the energy of the air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's thoughts, communication, and logic. And then finally, the final outcome is the Fool, which a lot of people are taking this as, someone who is playing a fool. They're a trailblazer. They're curious. This sunny yellow background is optimism, and this white rose signifies trust, which is down here in the corner. But wearing a hat, a fur-lined hat on a hot day. The saying is leap but look first, and it's about beginnings and risks, and this leader has no problem taking risks with this country, and many people are calling him exactly this. It's a little scary. So that's why I decided to go ahead and post this, even though it was going to be just a test run. This is what came out, so I'm decided to just go ahead and show it and see what y'all think. So let me know. And like I said, this is going to be a series. This is a new series. So we'll see what's going on. Later on, as I get a little more confident and a little bit more knowledgeable on, the day-to-day happenings, maybe we'll be able to pick up on some stuff, and maybe we'll be able to visit the, oracle cards to get a little bit of tea on possibly reasoning behind it. But for today, I'm just going to leave it like this and see what y'all think. So thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoy this new series, and we'll see how it goes from here. Thank you all, and hey, until next time, have a great day.